What's up?
Nice finish.
Thank you.
What was the key to today's round?
It was pretty nice to get less wind, and then hit most of the greens, but didn't get that close. And then in the end, started to get it closer to the hole. Hit the green in 2 on that 15.
Yep.
So just overall, the driver was good, and then just try to get it closer tomorrow. That would be the key.
What has this fall meant for you and just playing so well in these last few events?
Well, I think most of it is since I moved over to America, I've tried to find a coach over here that I can work with more, and being, played as a pro for a long time, it was tough, even though they say the right things. They say, there's nothing wrong with their coaching, but it's just different to what I was used to from my English coach, and just trying to get to see him more. And once I did that and kind of trust, the process we have, and even though I don't get to see him as much as if I would live over there, it's still beneficial for me. So yeah.
And when did you go back to him?
Well, we've been back and forth for the last. I mean, I worked with him since 2013, so 10 years. And the last 4 years, we've had some back and forth, but yeah. But like from probably June, we worked more. Matt Belsham.
You're Swedish, obviously. Yeah. Ludwig is as well. Yeah. When did you maybe first hear about him or play with him?
I only played with him 9 holes in probably March this year. Heard about him obviously probably a year before that. But I'm very happy to see it, because I was kind of questioning why can't we get somebody in Sweden being great at 20, not having to have those years after college to kind of get into the top 50 in the world. So I'm very happy to see him, but also my club mate from home, Vincent, so almost as good.
What do you think makes him just such a good player at such a young age?
I mean, obviously he's got some lucky genes as well. I mean, he's tall, strong boy. I think when I saw him play, it's a strong game, uncomplicated, non-complicated game. And he seems like a very sort of realistic, person that just goes about it, in a smart way. And I think that's maybe unique for being so young. He seems, very, very impressive, I think, all around, yeah.
And in the golf swing, what do you think allows him to be so powerful yet also so accurate?
Yeah, but I mean, he's a big guy, and I think he hits tiny bit of draw, so obviously helps a little with the distance. But I mean, it's just efficient, I like his swing. It's very, very, very good sound technically, and that's. From Sweden, it's usually taken more years to reach that level, but he's obviously one of those guys that we needed, yeah.
Where did you play those 9 holes with
I
him?
played with him in Bay Hill.
And how many holes did it take for you to think, wow, he's pretty good?
No, I mean, you see it right away, it's good. It's strong, and it's very good.
Why do you think there was a gap for Swedish players between the time they turn pro and when you can reach that sort of top 20, 30, whatever in the world?
I mean, I think it's coaching. The problem we have is, well, a good thing in Sweden is that we probably don't get involved when we're young, let everybody play, and then, when we're like 12, 13, 14, maybe get some coaching. And we play a lot of other sports, the short season. And I see that over here, maybe you guys start earlier, more one-on-one coaching, and one-on-one coaching is unheard of in Sweden before 12, 13, I'd say. You maybe in a group, a few times a week, but never like, you have a lesson when you're 10 years old. So, but I think it's great to start with that, once the guy wants or the girl wants to learn more, and when you're like 13, 14, but I think we had too little of coaching then, and now I think the Swedish team tried with the girls. They coached them like really hard at 13, 14, and you see the result of that, like with Lynn Grant, Maya Stark, and all those. So I think that's what, and well, I don't think they've started that in the men's yet, but with then going to college, my experience with college is also it's like tough for the coaches to maybe put a lot of technical coaching on the players in college, because it's, I don't know, it's a unique situation with like you need 10 guys to play, and I mean, when I was in college I had a great coach in Coach Holder and Mike Holder at OSU, but we didn't do like as hard a coaching as you maybe do now on tour. So they were more all-around coaching, get to play the way you should, and overall coaching, which was great. And I didn't miss the technical coaching, but maybe Ludwig is one of those guys who got great technique at a young age, and it's not very often that happens.
You had a third and a second in your last 3 starts, and
Yeah.
playing well here. Is there any particular thing you can attribute the uptick to?
Yeah, I mean, I like what I've struggled with since I came over here was that I like more like when I was young, I had too much like in to out swing, and when I can hit a fade, it's I'm more comfortable on the course. My misses are less. I hit more greens, like the long irons. I can hit the greens on the par 3s, and the rounds just kind of like become calmer and more confident on the course, and the easy way for me to hit it, I can hit a draw if I need to, but when I hit too many draws in practice, my swing doesn't get very good. So that's the big key.
So in the last month, you focused on hitting a bunch of fades. And
Yeah, a
sticking
bunch
with
of
that.
fades and like, lower shots, just trying to not get maybe distance, because as soon as I try to get distance off the tee, I start drawing it more, and that kind of gets into my wedge game or irons, and I don't hit as many greens, and it's a struggle.
What kind of made you decide to go back to that?
Well, just my coach. I mean, the coach I had, he says, like, you can't, like, I know, deep inside that I need to go this route, but sometimes, when you're on your own too much, you kind of go, it's hard to, get yourself out of a slump or a way of playing, and he just kind of, not force me, but he told me enough times to, and even now, like when I'm a little bit, maybe have a hard time hitting a good cut, it's so easy for me, maybe I should hit straighter shots or even draw sometimes, but, and then he stays on me, you keep at it, it will be easier, It's a long process. It doesn't happen overnight.
How aware are you of where you stand for the 51 to 60?
Yeah, I mean, you can see it on the leaderboards on every hole, but my thought is more just to improve my game. I think that's key in this game. You get enough chances if your game is good enough. My season doesn't end on a bad taste if I don't make the top 60, but just want my game to get as good as I want it to be. Yeah.
And would you be willing to do 2 in Swedish?
Yeah.
Right. About this week and what's
Yeah.
been clicking well, and how you feel about your position?
Men det känns, senaste månaden har varit så mycket bättre. Jag träffar många fler griner än vad jag har tidigare i år. Och börjar putta bättre. Jag fick lite hjälp här med puttningen. Så definitivt en härligare känsla i kroppen och mer confident över bollen.
And then with Ludwig, and what impresses you about him and how cool it is to see his success out here?
Nej, men det är otroligt. Och både Ludwig och Vincent Norman, jag tycker det är otroligt att ha två så bra spelare, så pass unga också på PGA-touren. Och jag har bara spelat 9 år med Ludwig, men otrolig spelare.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.